Hello, this video is a quick demonstration of how the Opinion Meter survey platform can be used for HTML5 mobile web surveys, so patrons attending an event or a theatrical production can participate in surveys using their own smartphones. So I'm here in the Survey Manager, which is the back-end platform for Opinion Meter's system to author surveys, and I've created several surveys here, but the most recent is for ACT's production of The Suit. And I'll go over here and I'll edit this survey, and you'll see I've just created a few questions to give an example, an idea of how you may design or author a survey for a theatrical production. So how many theatrical productions do you see a year is the first question. It happens to be a horizontally oriented multiple choice. We can have as many questions or as few questions as you wish in our surveys. They can be advanced branching, multilingual, you can include multimedia. There's really endless options. So this is a very simplistic representation of what's possible. And I've added a few other questions, some demographic information. I've even included some images for male-female gender question, which you'll see in a moment. And of course, we've added a video of the production the patron is about to see. So with a mobile web survey, you can distribute them in many different ways, and we'll get to that in a second. One is a QR code, which can be printed in the playbill or program. So when the patron is sitting in their seat prior to the show or during intermission or even after the show, they can scan it with their phone, that QR code they can scan and immediately take the survey, which I'll show you in a second. So here in the wizard, this is the Create Survey wizard, how we author surveys, and there's 5 steps. And we're in step 1, defining our survey questions. Then we can customize. And this is where we can brand the survey. And this is, I've created a skin called The Suit. And if I customize that, I'll just quickly show you a lot of the controls you can use to color, change the colors of the buttons, add logos, background colors, etc., etc. And then optional features. Lots of options here. We can even capture the GPS coordinates of that mobile phone as it's taking its survey. We can add a redirect URL. You'll see here I've just put in ACT's box office URL, but that could be anything you wish. Lots of different options here. Then we can schedule the survey. We can distribute this by email to an email list. We can create, like I said earlier, a QR code. We can create a button on a website. There's lots of different distribution options. So why don't we go ahead. I'm in the distribution module now. I'm going to click public. I'm going to generate a QR code. And let's just assume this QR code was printed in the program. Patron is sitting in their seat, has 10 to 15 minutes before the show starts. They could bring up their phone, and I have my iPhone in my hand now, and I'm just going to bring it up onto the screen. I'm using an emulator, and this is my actual real-time iPhone, and I'm going to tap that scanning icon and aim my QR code scanner toward the computer, and it'll automatically read that QR code, and then I can go ahead and launch that, and it in real time right now is going to download that survey we just created from the Opinion Meter servers. And you'll see we've branded with the ACT logo. We added an image of the production of The Suit. And this is just an example here. Provide your feedback and win a backstage pass after the show. We could do all kinds of incentives. We could even have quizzes, different interesting ways to incent people to participate in the survey. That's just an example. So I'm going to touch the Start button, and it will progress through the survey. Now these colors can all change, background colors, fonts. I just grabbed one of the yellow or orange colors from the media assets of The Suit, just as an example. So I'm going to go ahead and take a few questions here. And there's only 6 questions. This is an example, again, of using images as buttons. I'm a male. I have a certain income level. This is an example of a slider, different kinds of question options we have in our system. And now we come to the video that we had added. And I'm just going to go ahead and click play. And while this is playing, you won't be able to hear me speak, so I'll just play it for a little bit. Okay, so I just paused that. It's about a minute and a half of video, but you can put any video or any number of videos you'd want. You can either use video as an incentive to have them answer a few questions of the survey in anticipation of that video, or you could have a redirect after the survey to a video as a thank you for participating. There are all different kinds of ways to do this. So I'm just go ahead and click next. That concludes the survey, and now we're using that redirect back to a certain URL, which in this case is box office URL for ACT. So it's going to sequence through the various productions there. So I hope this was helpful to give you a quick idea of what's possible with HTML5 mobile web surveys, and those are optimized for smartphones. Now, having said that, Opiniometer can also distribute the same survey in multiple channels or multiple modes. For example, we could have tablets, iPads or Android tablets circulating through the audience, or ushers having them after the show or at intermission. We could have survey kiosks stationed in the bar area or the lobby area. And as I mentioned, we also support online surveys, whether they're distributed by email to subscriber lists or on the website, as well as rendered right from the patron's phone, as we've demonstrated here in this video. So that concludes the quick demonstration. Thank you for your time.